I have a lot of clients who have roles that are 1 and 2 positions above that entry-level leadership role. And many times these clients, they absolutely feel like they have to have industry experience. And I will present a Navy nuclear officer to them, and they will instantly feel like this is a cut above level of leadership that they have never seen before, somebody that has more technical horsepower and communication skills than that they've ever seen before. And they will many times bring this person in at that level of plant manager, production manager, program manager, and they would have never considered this had they not interviewed the Navy nuclear officer. Superior intelligence, obviously character, leadership skills, stamina, all the things that are necessary to command and operate, maintain the most powerful fleet of nuclear-powered subs in the world.
One of the great things about the Navy's nuclear power program is they teach their operators to be all-around technical athletes. They know material science, they know electronic instrumentation control, they know power generation distribution.
The nuclear Navy is about the most academically challenging and select program in the military. And so we're very high caliber, very smart individuals. You also have folks that have line experience. So they're not some PhD working in an Air Force lab. They have the technical qualifications, academic qualifications, but they also have the leadership and management experience. That's a pretty unique combination, or at least at that level. And so that was very attractive for me at the previous company I worked for and today in my current firm. Those traits, I believe, lead to more reliable operations in all different industries, whether it's financial services, where I had worked a little bit later after being a nuke and brought those principles into there, or a manufacturing operation or in healthcare. And I think those traits are increasingly rare. And as the rest of the world is finding itself more complex, those traits are more and more valuable.
A lot of corporations have hired these folks, not just in the commercial nuclear power business, but also in a lot of different industries, semiconductors, automotive industries, aerospace. Most of the nuclear officers that we place go into technical management and engineering roles. There are some who say, gosh, yeah, the technical aspects of the nuclear power program was great. However, I really want to get into more business management. And we do see some finance-oriented companies, because of the nuke's analytical skills, and some consulting type of opportunities who will hire these people. We've placed nukes into Bain and McKinsey, as well as some boutique consulting firms. Starting back in the 80s, I really tried to work and exercise my contacts in the nuclear world and have successfully placed almost 1,000 of them, nuclear officers, into the corporate arena. I go on site. I will travel the globe to interview as many officers as possible in person. That thorough vetting process is critical, and it really helps us make the best matches possible.
I will talk with clients at great lengths to try to understand what their role is, what it is they're looking for, the culture that they have, the type of candidate that really fits well. Typically, when I get Lee's candidate, I already know they are as close to being spot on as I'm ever going to find for a client. Lee Cohen is, I would consider him to be our industry's Jack Nicklaus. He's our industry's secretariat.
When I was preparing to leave the Navy, like most junior officers, I was starting to look for a job, and I had a shipmate of mine that had been talking to Lucas and brought me to a Lucas hiring conference. And I interviewed with several companies and met Lee Cohen there. Years later, I was working for a different consulting firm, management consulting firm here in Dallas, and we were growing fast and hiring a lot of people. And I remember sitting there, having considered many candidates and turning several of them down. And I was pretty sure that I could go to Lee Cohen, thinking back to years ago when he had placed me, and get some good nukes coming out of the Navy, and that they'd be great candidates. So I called up Lee, and we started hiring a lot of nukes into that business, and many of them were our top performers. Lee just has over the years grown from being my recruiter to a mentor, to a friend, to an advisor, to now I'm his customer. He's been instrumental to the success in our business.
There are too many recruiters who will go out on LinkedIn, find a Navy nuke, and just put that Navy nuke in front of a client. Is that candidate available now versus 6 months from now? Is that candidate really interested in that client? Is that candidate really interested in that opportunity, in that location? Is that candidate's spouse fully bought in on what's being presented to the Navy nuclear candidate? These are all the things that Lee does.
It's easy to find tons of military candidates online. It's extraordinarily difficult to find the best one out there that's appropriate for a particular position. That's what we're good at, and that's the value that we bring to this process.